You are looking live at Pro Skate, the NHL rink in South Brunswick, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Bandits U19 AA girls are getting set to kick off the first of their back-to-back double headers in the AGHF Showcase against MassConn United. Hi everybody, Joe Rizzo here bringing you the action on RizzoVision as the Bandits break their huddle. They smack the sticks down, they head to the bench wearing their black jerseys, black pants with the fun pink mixed in, the wicked stripe along the arms and the pants and the socks. MassConn wearing the sort of traditional colors, white jerseys with dark blue and red mixed in. Nicole Pollard will guard the net to your YouTube left for MassConn. And Harper Keenan, number 40, will protect the cage to the right on your YouTube dial. Gabby Rothstein up front with Maeve McNulty and Izzy Camerata as we're underway for the Bandits. Fernanda Venuto on right D and Olivia Rothstein on left. MassConn moves it in. Sent now along the near side boards. Pro Skate does give you a decent enough perch here where we can get to center ice, but the downside to that is the netting. So we'll be here for 3 games this weekend and have one of the best perches in our season travels at Rock Ice in the early game on Sunday. Provencher moves it in. Peretti tries to move it more forward, but MassConn stalls out there. Chipped up the near side boards. Briggs had a piece of it. It's sent down. Gabby Rothstein hustles after it. Camerata also on the forecheck, but MassConn gets it out. Picked off by Jessie Sperling on her first shift. Moves down low. Wrist shot, and she scores! Jessie Sperling, 61 seconds into the game. Off the steal, the unassisted goal beats Pollard, and it's 1-0 for the Bandits. Sperling gets DeCelli. Another unassisted goal. It feels like all of them have been unassisted. She just keeps making the steals, sometimes in the defensive zone, sometimes like there in the offensive zone. Just didn't quite pick the pass off, but got there as the MassConn player was trying to take it out of the zone. Sperling now out there on the left wing with Folia at center and Mandy Scott moving up to forward. She's been on defense for most of the last month or so. And Logan Shoemaker-Gromick, the newly minted captain, number 2 at the left point, and Morgan Kepler on the right point. Doherty moves it out, gains the line in the offensive side, but gets bumped off it there by Kepler. Sperling chips it forward. Scott has it. Now Sperling again. She doesn't have the angle there, but let's see if she can hustle off the puck. She does get it. Looking for the wraparound. Has Foley in the middle. One-timer knocked down by Scott. Trickled in front, and Pollard covers it up. So the fast start by the Bandits, wave after wave. And now Ava Otterbein on the dot. Annalise Claus in the slot. Larissa Rizzo on the left wing. Chipped forward by Claus. Gets through, but Pollard saw it. There was a little bit of a screen, but Pollard saw it just in time and covered it up. It didn't have a lot of juice on it, but Otterbein won it to the middle. Now she wins it toward Rizzo's side. Chipped up the near side wall. Olivia Rothstein goes down low. It hit the face mask of Fleming, and that kept it from going all the way deep. Venuto retreats back, gets a little help from Otterbein. Didn't quite get good juice on that one. And walking in was Ruth Blanchfield, and she gets it along the end line. Otterbein hounding her there. MassConn sending it now up to Fleming. Rizzo puts the pressure on and forces her to go back down low. Bumped off by Olivia Rothstein. They're going to call a penalty there. And Olivia Rothstein's going to go to the box with 14:27 left in period 1. They give her a roughing. Could have given her a body check there too. And 22 will sit in the penalty box. It's hard to discern where the penalty box is. You could see Olivia Rothstein heading in over there. It's adjacent to the bench, but there is a separator in between. So by my count, maybe Olivia Rothstein's first penalty of the year. MassConn on the power play, redirected. Keenan with the left pad save, and it goes to the side. Now they tee it up between the points. Shot redirected in front. It was either Shoemaker, Gromick, or Provencher that got a piece of it. One friendly fire, one defensive. Now MassConn trying to set it up. Wrist shot in front, was looking for a redirection, couldn't connect. Fleming and Shoemaker, Gromick battle for it as Watkins retreats to the point. Gabby Rothstein was trying to break out, lost the handle, and Watkins pounds it back in. She exchanges places with Fleming, and the Bandits get it out. Rothstein is trying to win the race shorthanded, gets it toward Pollard, but not on goal. She's 1 on 4, and she draws the interference call. So it looks like it'll be evened up as Gabby Rothstein draws the interference. 1 on 4. That will extinguish the rest of the power play. Oh, they're calling it on Rothstein for the interference. How's that? She was at the, I'm in shock. I completely had that called wrong. Rothstein was in front. She had the puck. I don't know if she has the puck, how she could be whistled for interfering with the other player, and she was 1 on 4, but nonetheless, the Rothstein twins are in the box, and it's a 3 on 5. They put 4:18 on the penalty time. That's wrong. They need to make it 2 separate penalties here. So they're just trying to fix the time on the clock to get it sorted. What they've done is they've made they've added the time to Olivia Rothstein's penalty, and what they need to do, we'll give you a quick look at the scoreboard if we could. And well, anyway, it's a 5 on 3. I don't think it will be for 4 minutes. It should be for about 1:18. They send that down, it's going to be an icing. And to start out, the Bandits will take it and reset, but you don't want to ice it too much. But at 3 on 5, you're better off icing it than trying to make a mistake and forcing it. Folia, Shoemaker, Gromick, and Kepler, the trio on the kill. MassConn trying to set it up. The one-timer, Watkins couldn't unload it from the slot. Coughlin sends it to the left side. Provencher, she was sending it down the middle, but only Shoemaker Gromick was there. Watkins in the slot, shot, saved by Keenan, rebound save, and a rebound is put in. So the 5 on 3 works for MassConn, and they tie the score with 13:11 left in period 1. I think that it was Margaret Watkins that got it. They don't do a celly line over there. I try to tell the girls, either team, if you're ever listening, lead the celly line when you score. It's a big deal. It doesn't matter. And it helps this guy know who scored. But we're going to see. I think we're working on looking at the in-game scoring to see if we actually know who actually got the goal. So we'll see if we have that for you officially. But I think it was Watkins. So still now, they say there's 3:23 left on the penalty, but I don't think that's correct because Olivia Rothstein has exited the box and Gabby stays in there. 5 on 4 for MassConn. They've equalized here on the 2-man advantage. Olivia Rothstein now to Folia, gets through Griggs, so there will be no, they will call the icing. That one shot right through Griggs's wickets. But they do say no touch, and they do call the icing. Sperling and Scott up front, Olivia Rothstein and Fernanda Venuto on the back line to kill it off. I think for another 57 seconds, but the scoreboard is not being friendly. Chipped up by Scott, and she's interfered with as she comes up the side, but they don't call that one. So she had a free rein to get away and was pressed into the wall. Now, if the puck's not there, you can't do it. If the puck's there, you absolutely can. Venuto fires it off of Griggs' face mask, and they say she knocked it down with a high stick. I could hear it hit the face mask, so now the Bandits get a break on that one. Clearly off the face mask of Griggs, and even if she looked like she was the first one to touch it after that. So 12 minutes left in the first period. Bandits in the dark jerseys, MassConn United in the white, and it's 1-1. Sperling scored early, knocked away by Scott. The MassConn player Fleming doesn't know where it is. It was right in her skates, but there was nobody around her for the moment, so she got away unscathed. And the penalty has expired, so the penalty is over. It's 5-on-5. If you could see the clock, Sperling picks off another one, but can't race in this time. Got it knocked away by Idle. And she might have saved at least a scoring chance. No, Sperling didn't have a clear way in, but she doesn't often need it. Griggs will move it in up the left side. Gets it poked away by Olivia Rothstein. Folia barrels through, sends it forward for Scott. It comes in offside. We're glad you're joining us on RizzoVision for the early game on Saturday. We'll be back at it at 6:40 later in this day. If you're watching live, we're glad that you are. And 2 games on Sunday as well, so look for those in the listings. Shot redirected by Camerata's stick. Camerata spins to move that one out. Can't quite get it out. Kepler now can't get it out. It comes to the point on the near side. Coughlin pounds it in. Move to the outside. Camerata trying to steer around, but eventually gets it toward the middle. McNulty moved it in, but didn't get a dump. Camerata picked it off at the point, steps in with the backhand, tries to negotiate through 2 defenders, gets it to McNulty. She pulls the trigger, but Coughlin got a piece of it to blunt the shot, and Pollard steered it away. Gabby Rothstein into the slot, draws a lot of attention from Watkins and Provencher. Still has it as she recovers. Still with it, Gabby Rothstein. Centering feed, can't connect with McNulty as Watkins moved it up. Camerata in the slot, no look past the McNulty, shot saved by Pollard, and she holds on. Camerata was marching toward the top of the slot. It looked like she was going to get it to the forehand and unload the Camerata cannon, and instead she drew it back blindly with the backhand to McNulty, whose shot was corralled by Pollard, so a good scoring chance there. Doherty skates in on the far side, gets toward the line, gets the shot blocked away by Otterbein. Bellin on the boards on the far side. Otterbein now to Kepler, to Shoemaker-Gromick. Rizzo on the near side waiting for the breakout. Does get it out for Otterbein. It's a foot race, but she doesn't have steps. Jarnewski had it. Rizzo picks it off, walks in, gets to the middle, shot! Pollard grabs it with the glove and holds on. Rizzo had that left side of the goaltender ticketed, and Pollard threw the glove up and denied it. A little bit higher, a little bit lower, she might have had it, but she got a good piece of it there. Luisa Rizzo, 21. Face-off comes to the middle. Good body steering by Maeve Doherty to get it out. Foley eventually gets it, moves it in with Scott and Sperling now. Comes toward the point on the right side, and Venuto will get it and send it down low. Sperling loses the stick over there. She regains it. Scott gets to the puck in the near side wall. Olivia Rothstein sends it to the middle. Sperling gets around one. She draws the penalty and almost had the goal. So it'll be a power play for the Bandits as Sperling gets tripped in front, and that's a good penalty by Emily Griggs, because Sperling would have, with a little more room, probably would have put that one in. Venuto between the points sends it down low. Scott's going to pick it off on the near side and get it to Sperling. Scott waiting, looking, goes to Olivia Rothstein. Actually, Venuto sent the pass over the tight end, trips on the imaginary mouse that was walking behind her, or maybe the end line. Olivia Rothstein on the half board. She's a defenseman cheating down there. That's brilliant play because she knows she has backup in Venuto and Sperling. Sperling's going to march it along, take it behind the net, spin around, draw the defender off, send it to Scott, who lets it go to Rothstein. Olivia fires it at the net. Pollard steered it away but didn't corral it. They battle for it along the far board, sent to the middle. Olivia Rothstein, ever present so far, picks it up but has to retreat into neutral ice. Sent in onside from Andy Scott. 27 sends it down low, but it's picked off and moved around. And now up the middle by MassConn. Is that Idle? No, that's a player whose number I do not have, actually. So we'll try to figure out who that is. I don't have a 67 on here. And that's who was carrying that puck. Up the near side wall, Sperling grabs it, sends it down deep. It's a 67 MassConn jersey, so I don't know who the 67 MassConn jersey is, but we'll refer to her as 67 from now on. It's one of those team-issued jerseys if you forgot one or if you haven't gotten it yet. Bandits setting up. Gabby Rothstein walks out of the half boards, now curls at the outside of the circle, sends it over to Kepler at the right point. Through traffic, Pollard steers it away. McNulty up the half boards for Gabby Rothstein, sends it up the middle, but doesn't connect anywhere. It's not an icing, and even if it went over the end line, it wouldn't have been because that was sent down by the Bandits. Shoemaker-Gromick in an awkward spot, had to knock it away. Gabby Rothstein just flies right through the zone, picks up the loose puck, spins around one, looking for McNulty in front, but Fleming never lets it get through. Rothstein up the near side wall. MassConn will pick it off and send it out. Provencher lost it right below you, and it's picked up in neutral ice by Izzy Camerata. She gains the offensive line, tees it up, fires it at Pollard. She has it, spins away because she didn't know if she had it. And in fact, she never let the puck get to the ice. Yielding no rebound is a thing that a goalie wants to do every time possible. And that's what Nicole Pollard did on that occasion. 1-1, 6:30 left in period one. Bandits in the dark jerseys, MassConn United in the white. Otterbein battles for it there, gets a little help from Rizzo. Rizzo moves it to the slot, tees it up. Somebody got a piece. It looked like Provencher from behind might have gotten a piece of it, so Rizzo couldn't unload. Otterbein sends it to the middle, finds only white jerseys, but Olivia Rothstein picks it up at the left point and keeps it in. Now it's sent out and Venuto picks it up. 15 sends it toward the middle, nearly picked off by Provencher. Otterbein gains the line of offense for a moment, but then yields it. Venuto, a little too much sauce for Rizzo, but it still works as a dump. And Fleming is hounded by Rizzo, still hounded by her. Let's see if she gets into the trap, gets through it, but barely. Otterbein still on her. Rizzo now picks it off, almost. Oh, she had it on the back. Rizzo and Otterbein with the forecheck right there. And eventually Venuto forces the offside with the poke check. So good forechecking shift by that line. Sets it up for Folia, Scott, and Sperling. Off the face-off. MassConn won it, but Rory Lavelle kind of overskated it for a moment. Briggs gets it back into her own zone, looking for some room. Spins away. Sperling kept going, but Folia didn't fall for it. They eventually get it out, but just barely by Lavelle. Here's Doherty up the left wing. Around the circle, she doesn't go. She spins, gets toward the middle, fires it, goes wide of Keenan. She's down, making sure nobody can get a stuff shot, but Kepler made sure nobody was going to get it anyway. Powered up the near side wall. Griggs tries to battle for it with Sperling. Eventually it's chipped out by Provencher. Sent up now by the Bandits. Scott got enough of it to get it out of the zone, forcing Griggs back into the zone. Griggs chips it up in front of her own bench for Idle. Now Sperling gets it in the middle, chips it forward for Scott. They're 2-on-3. Now they're 3-on-3, 3-on-4, and it's 5-on-5 in the offensive zone. Up through the middle, the long pass goes all the way to Ruth Blanchfield, who sends it into the offensive zone but didn't get the dump. Idle trying to pick it up. Does pick it up at the top of the slot. Kepler uses the outside of the right skate to negotiate that pass outside for Camerata to pick it up. Camerata gets through two. One more to beat, can't beat her. Tried to deke it toward the middle, but what she did do is allow for a clean change behind her, and they still have possession in the offensive zone. Even if momentarily, that allowed a good solid change as we eclipse the 4-minute mark of time remaining in period number 1. It's now 3:52 left in the period, 1-1. Sperling for the Bandits. And I believe it was Watkins on the 5-on-3 for MassConn. One off the near side wall. McNulty powers it forward off the spin to get it to Camerata. Regains it now, and Gabby Rothstein tries to chip it forward. McNulty trying to push it down to get it into the zone deeply, but can't quite do it. But they don't lose possession, and Gabby Rothstein picks it up, tries to get it to Camerata at the back door, but one of the MassConn players, it looked like Watkins, got a piece of it, or Coughlin got a piece of it and prevented it from going through. Graciela Coughlin, a big play right there. Otherwise, Camerata's depositing that one in. We don't have the shots on goal. They kept them for the last game. They're not keeping them for this game. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I don't have those for you. Nobody tripped over there. That's just a fall. Venuto picks it up, tries to move it forward, but it was kept in by Fleming. Fleming and Venuto get tied up. This is Camerata one-on-one, trying to beat the defender. Forced outside, no look pass. Had Rizzo down the middle, just a tad behind. And Rizzo also had Otterbein. They come down 1-on-3, do the MassConn United girls. Doherty has it, spins off the wall, comes to the slot, now goes to the far circle. Maeve Doherty still with it. Gets hounded by Otterbein and Venuto, 1-on-2, now 2-on-2. Otterbein comes out with it. Bellin tried to chip it for Rizzo. Rizzo's 1-on-1. She's got Fleming to beat, and she's got Bellin trailing. Rizzo gets tripped up. Bellin comes in, shot goes just wide. And Keenan hustles to the bench for the extra attacker, but the touch-up is made there. So big play by the Bandits. Rizzo was about to get in. She got tripped up. Not a penalty shot type trip, but just your standard tripping. As she got Ariana Fleming turned around, and Fleming inside the defensive zone was probably wise to prevent the easy scoring chance and instead yield the power play. 2:03 left, period 1, 1-1 the score. Sperling spins off the wall. Doherty still hounding her, needs a little help from Foldia, who gives it. Provencher sends it up to the point but can't get it out as Sperling kept it in. Rather, that was Ruth Blanchfield that did that. Sperling and Scott play catch high-low. Risky pass right there. Doherty playing way high, trying to pick off the D-to-D pass. Even though it was Sperling at the point, you call it a D-to-D pass because it's point-to-point. The left point and the right point. Sperling will bring it in now. Gets to the top of the circle, sends it. That looked like it was a pass, but I think she was shooting it and trying to catch the goalie a little bit off guard because she did have the far side of the net there. The 67 MassConn jersey knocks down.
Just give it back.
I'm guessing that it's Kaylin Ambrosino because I see a 23 on the helmet. Maybe just doesn't have the jersey yet. And I don't see Ambrosino out there elsewhere. So we're going to guess. It's probably not a good idea to guess, but we're going to guess. That's what we do on RizzoVision as there's 50 seconds left in the first period of a 1-1 game. And the Bandits have 44 seconds of the period, mostly all of it on power play if they can get set up. They have to send that one in and change. Here comes Gabby Rothstein leading the charge. Let's see if she can pick one off. It's sent through the middle. Olivia Rothstein's the one to pick it up. Curls, turns, retreats, chips it off the boards to her sister. And eventually it's moved into the offensive zone, but really backed into the defensive zone. Oh, McNulty nearly picked off that errant pass. It's probably enough to expire the period as they send it down with 5 seconds left, unless there's a home run to be shot. And Camerata was looking for it. Over here, she called with the stick high up in the air, but there probably wasn't enough time to complete that. Of course, I've had those famous last words in the past, and my own daughter proved me wrong. See the big highlight on the RizzoVision channel when you get there. 1-1 after one. The Bandits in the dark jerseys and MassConn United in the white. We're glad you're joining us for the first of two on Saturday afternoon. The college football slate, not nearly as enticing this week as it was last week, depending on your fandom. And last week, the way that it worked out on Saturday was we all got back just in time to watch the thrilling conclusion of the Notre Dame-Ohio State game. Different dads on the team or on opposing sides of that. So Kenny Sperling got the joy, Kevin Camarada got the agony of defeat for that one. So there, you guys get mentioned, whether you like it or not. The penalty was killed off. They do put a penalty up for a moment and now take it off. So hopefully they've had the iPad, clock stuff, whatever, sorted out. And we will head to period two at full and even strength. Rothstein up front with Camarada and McNulty. Gabby Rothstein, that is. Olivia Rothstein and Fernanda Venuto on defense. Harper Keenan on the left net guarding, and Nicole Pollard guarding the net to your right. Underway, period two. And the Bandits win the face-off. Venuto over to Camarada, leaves it for Gabby Rothstein, who marches through the zone and goes from coast to coast. Now between the points, Venuto sends it low. Pollard saw it and steered it aside. She wanted to steer it to the corner. Loose in front, but picked off and sent out by Watkins. Venuto sends it in, and Pollard just going to cover that one up as Gabby Rothstein was approaching. 31 seconds gone in period number two, 1-1. The Bandits have yielded a 5-on-3 goal. That is the only dent in the net, and they really haven't given up too many chances other than that. So it's a great job by MassConn taking advantage of whatever opportunities they have. You have to do that sometimes in a game. They've probably been traveling most of the day here, 3 to 4 hours, maybe a little more in some cases, to get down to South Brunswick, New Jersey here at Pro Skate. So a good start so far for MassConn to keep it at 1-1 with the way that the Bandits have been applying pressure. Provencher now gets it away from Olivia Rothstein, has somebody cutting down the middle but doesn't see her until too late, and then Olivia just picks it right off of her stick and gets it up. Briggs kept it in, or was that Watkins at the right point? Peretti was the one that was coming down the middle, and had she been seen, that would have been time to engage Harper Keenan in the nets, number 40. Olivia Rothstein, the puck has been all over the sticks of the Rothstein so far. Olivia, the lefty defenseman, number 22, and Gabby, the center, number 18, as Izzy Camarada moves it out of the defensive zone, gains the line of center, and dumps it in. The period of the long change, but if you could do it the way the Bandits just did, you make it the period of the short change, and they get everybody out there and regain the puck in neutral ice and send it right back in, hopefully. Well, Mandy Scott had me fooled. I thought she was going to get it in. Logan Shoemaker-Gromick does and forces the retreat. Sperling and Briggs will hustle to it on the far side. Sperling sends it for Scott, who sent it right up the middle, but Shoemaker-Gromick and Kepler can't get there. This is a live puck here, no icing, because that's once again where the Bandits are sending these pucks down the middle. Here comes Folia, Julia Folia, tees it up. Shot goes into the MassConn logo of Nicole Pollard, and she doesn't let it hit the ice. For the face-off, 14-18 left, period two. It's a 1-1 game, but the Bandits have really had much the best of possession and scoring chances. They've had a bulk of the scoring chances, and Not too many of them have been of the highest quality, actually. McNulty had a good one. Rizzo had a good one. Sperling put one in the net off of a picked off pass, unassisted. So when the Bandits have had good offensive possession, they haven't converted it, but on one of the mistakes, Sperling forced the turnover and made them make the mistake. Right there, they were living on the edge for MassConn. Ambrosino, that's who I'm guessing is 67 today. So if it's not you, then I apologize to whoever it is. Sent through the middle, Folia lets the puck go by and skates by. Moved into the offensive zone. And now MassConn will change in the offensive zone. Watkins gets it down low, fires it at Keenan, knocked down with the waffle, save on the second chance, coming in from the point, wrist shot, and another one is that Coughlin, Graciela Coughlin coming in and getting a couple, one on net, the other one not. Now trying to move out of the corner, Peretti, and this is MassConn's best sustained offensive possession. Between the points, it's Fleming trying to get it down low, looking for the redirection. It pops up and goes to the far side corner. Peretti turns, sends it to the near side, centering feed. Watkins, one-timer, knocked down by Keenan, and eventually covered up in front. So big scoring chances down low, and the Bandits hold, but just barely. Keenan got down low. She's saved one with the right pad, and then another with the blocker. Defensive zone draw goes to Otterbein. Coughlin at the point. Claws up there in case that puck comes out as they battle for it down low. Venuto, usually the short-handed Venuto gets it, and she does, up to Rizzo. Rizzo skates through, gets interfered with, but they don't call it. Rizzo breaking out, has Claws, sends it up the middle for her, but Claws interrupted the step a little bit, had to hold up just a little, and they get it down low. Otterbein from the near corner, leaves it there, but gets it back to herself. Rizzo open in the slot, gets the bouncing pass, tries to unload it. It goes to Olivia Rothstein, who fires it at the net and gets it on net. This line creating a lot so far. Let's see how long it takes them to cash in. 12:04 left, period 2 of a 1-1 game. Otterbein on the dot, Claws in the slot, tries to lunge it forward, still with it. Rizzo on the far boards, waiting for that puck to trickle out. It comes out the other side. Comes over to Olivia Rothstein. Rizzo shields the player off so they could get it forward. Claws steps into the lane, and now it's moved back into the defensive zone by MassConn. Claws tries to pick it off. She had one of those last week that eventually led to a goal at St. James. Up the far side wall, sent down. They're going to call the icing, but Claws tries to chase it down in case the laws of physics decided to change in that moment and stop the puck from going. That's why you hustle down, and you never know when you just get a gift scoring chance, especially if the opposing player is nowhere in sight. 11:31 left, period number 2, 1-1. The Bandits have not gotten their big offense cranked up yet, but there's not just this game, there's another one after this today and 2 tomorrow. One today, one tonight, and twice on Sunday. That's the weekend for the Bandits in the AGHF Showcase. The Showcase just means that there's a lot of teams coming to 1 or 2 or 3 locations here in Central Jersey to meet up and play a bunch of games. Gabby Rothstein and Izzy Camerata break in 2-on-1. Camerata up the left wing, tees it up, and it was somewhere between a shot and a pass, and neither connected, but they still have the puck in the offensive zone. Ambrosino sent it around, now looks, whiffs on it, regains it, was Fleming. Fleming gets through into neutral ice. Well, that was not Fleming, that was Ambrosino, sorry. Tall lefties. icing. 10:18 left, period number 2, 1-1. Sperling unassisted within the first minute of the game. Coughlin, I believe, on the 5-on-3 later. Off the post, just on the outside. Venuto got one through some traffic. Near side corner. Spinning, looking for room. Picked off by Folia down to Scott. Centered for Sperling. Popped up as Fleming blocked the shot, and it goes behind the end line. Bandits putting the pressure on. MassConn trying to move the puck out. It comes to Olivia Rothstein. She sends it off the boards in front of the MassConn bench. Folia trying to turn the corner, gets through Zarnecki, gets down into the middle, trying to unload it, gets it off, but didn't get the juice that she wanted on it. And Pollard was there to make the save. You got to figure that the teams that have 2 goalies are going to go 1 game apiece and not split them in the middle. I know MassConn has split their goalie games down the middle often in previous years, as the Bandits get a good change out there, and Rizzo hustles back and nearly had it picked off, and then it was Bellin who almost had it picked off. Otterbein, the other forward. It comes to Keenan, and she wisely covers it up. With 9:01 left in period number 2, it's a 1-1 game. The Bandits have had the better of the possession for the most part, but MassConn has picked it up here in period 2. And the biggest breaks of the game are the 5-on-3 power play. Rizzo tries to fish it out of some traffic there. So does Shoemaker-Gromick. Between the two, let's see. And Shoemaker-Gromick eventually retreats. Tries to go around the net, but that was picked off by Mazzaferro, who's trying to get through on the back door, but Kepler standing sentry in front of the net. Rizzo battling, using the feet. And she's not a soccer player, but she's learned something from soccer. Sends that one in for Bellin. It was offside, but they say it's onside. Loose in front. Pollard covers as Rizzo trying to pound it in. So that was a big break for the Bandits. Looked like that was offside maybe, but Bellin hustled through, never hit the brakes, and kept it onside. Rizzo with another shot. She's got about 3, and all of pretty high quality thus far. McNulty, who has maybe the other best scoring chance in the slot, sends it at the net, but it exceeds the height of the crossbar and goes over the end line. Chipped up and knocked down, bunted down by Shoemaker-Gromick. If she was bunting for a base hit or a sacrifice, she couldn't have done it any better than that. Loose puck, somebody's trying to pound it in front, right in the slot. Camerata eventually gets it. Shoemaker-Gromick through traffic. Pollard saw it, let it go wide. MassConn trying to get it out, but they're under a lot of pressure now. Camerata spins off too, trying to head to the net. Got it knocked away for a moment, but regains it. Camerata hits the brakes, but there's a lot of traffic over there. Trying to get through, getting hooked and clawed and just fighting through all of it. Kepler has to send it across. Let's see if it helps keep the puck in for offense as Griggs picks it up. Griggs gets a little room. Wow, negotiated it through. It was poked away once, but she kept it through all the way, trying to take it to the house. Lost it at the last moment. Maybe Kepler got a piece, or she just lost it, but Griggs was trying to take that one all the way to the house, and boy, she nearly did it. Emily Griggs, 26 in white. Camerata slams into the boards, and moving a little slowly after that, but seems to be okay. Makes a pass to McNulty and heads toward the bench as McNulty fires it in. Can they change in the offensive zone cleanly in this second period? That sometimes can decide a game. It leaves you a little fresher. Maybe you make a cleaner change than the other team and it leads to a goal. And the Bandits have changed well here in the second, but that's what you could do when you're owning the possession time. They don't have a massive advantage, but they got enough. 6:35 left, period 2. Mandy Scott trying to break in, and she gets tied up there 1-on-2. The odds were not against her, but she almost made the play. Peretti gets it in offside. Looked like she was along the line. I'm not calling my offsides today with the accuracy of the referees. I thought that one was offside, and I thought the Bandit one was offside before, but they called them onside. So they do switch goalies in the middle of the game here, and Gianna Nalieri, I'll go with the Italian pronunciation of Naglieri. Comes in, so Nicole Pollard will be the goalie of record, only if there are no more goals scored in the game. Harper Keenan expected to go the distance today, and Lexi Riley for the state line game this evening. Doherty up the middle as MassConn breaks in, regains it on the left side from Lavelle, fired off the pads. It's loose in front, still loose. Somebody kicked out a leg, and I think it was Olivia Rothstein who got a skate on that. Fulya off the boards on the far side, has Scott coming down the middle, sends it in between, but nobody there to connect. Bandits do complete the change. Fulya gets it up the middle, spins through the center circle, tries to get it in, but gets the pocket picked as she ran into two MassConn United players. Mazzaferro leaves it for Doherty. Fulya shields her off. Good angling, textbook angling play by Fulya there. That's how you wall off a player with the puck, and it's not a checking penalty. She didn't check. She went for the puck and pushed the player with the hip. As Scott breaks in with Rizzo 2-on-1. Scott gets down, sends it for Rizzo. Oh, just behind a little bit. Rizzo tried to hang in there for as long as she could. Eventually fell down. Scott now bunts it forward for Otterbahn. She's at the end of her shift, and now Claus leaps out with the dexterity of a lizard off the bench and got a big jump. Here's Claus, wrist shot fired just wide. Annalise Claus, like flying off of the balance beam from the bench. I mean, she just leaped over. I mean, I hope we could see this on a replay or something if you slow it down. Claus like jumped from the bench. She didn't even, it looked like she wasn't even on the dasher, and she landed like 2 feet forward and just jumped out there. Rizzo keeps it in at the point, but 4 MassConn players over there. That means somebody would be open on the other side, and Claus trying to get over there. Idol moves it forward. It comes into the defensive zone. Venuto has a little room. Venuto skates in over the line on the right side. Comes up the middle. Wrist shot! And she scores! Fernanda Venuto. Obrigado, Fernanda. Makes it 2-1 with 3:57 left in period 2. And that has been another case of the play that leads to the play that leads to the play. It's a forecheck that forces MassConn deep into the zone, and then they send it out, and they don't break out, and Venuto picks it off, and she has room after the forecheck, and she comes in, gets to the top of the slot, and just unloads one past the glove of Gianna Nalieri for a 2-1 lead. The forechecking has been dynamite for the Bandits, who now lead. This is the 3rd puck that they've sent all the way back into their own end as we tick down to 3:25 left in period number 2. Shoemaker Gromick, the newly minted captain for the Bandits, number 2, and one of the assistants right there is a Camerata. Sends it to the other assistant, Maeve McNulty, who's trying to race it down. And that puck was, if it was just a foot to the left, it might have bounced off the boards and not exceeded the end line. Nevertheless, it does, and off the whistle with 3:10 left, the Bandits complete a full offensive line change, and Julia Foglia on the dot wins it to herself, tries to chip it off the boards. Eventually it gets out. Mandy Scott has Sperling up the middle, sends it there. Sperling down the middle, shoots and scores. Hey, Jesse! 3-1 with 2:58 left in period 2 as the Bandits extend the lead. Sperling from Scott and Foglia. The floodgates have opened. They were banging on the door, and they had some of those chances, and now they start to convert them. Scott slides through. Shoemaker-Gromick lost it there. Coming in right at the net. Is that Ruth Blanchfield? Maybe. Got one shot. Keenan saved it with the shoulder. Now still down as the puck is swept behind the end line. Folia and Kepler battle. Still battling. Folia comes up with it. And Sperling trying to get behind the D again. Folia sends her. And no, it's just through the wickets and it's going to be an icing. Well, that's the pass. You have to try to make that pass, even if it's a low percentage that you're going to complete it. It's a high percentage if you do. So even if you're going to complete that one 2 out of 10 times, you send it, because in the 2 that you complete, you're sending somebody in on a clean breakaway. Gabby Rothstein on the dot. Wins it back, but now has to hustle back. And MassConn Doherty tees it up. Keenan throws the glove up and snares that one. Maeve Doherty had a little room right there. She was ticketing the far upper corner, and Keenan just threw the glove up like a fly swatter and snagged it and held it. Venuto, who broke the tie, picks it up. Camarada trying to get behind the D, leaves it for Rothstein, not on purpose, but that's what happened. And Gabby keeps it into the offensive zone as the rest of the troops catch up. Still battling for it one-on-one. Kind of takes a spill over there on her own volition, maybe looking to keep the puck with her legs or her body. McNulty in, and Gabby Rothstein still with it. Now chips it off the boards for McNulty. Camarada calling Maeve down the middle, but she was shielded off. Camarada picks it up, goes to Olivia Rothstein at the point. Olivia from the top of the circle sends it through. Nalieri had it for a moment, still loose in front, and if Gabby could have gotten the stick on it, she probably was going to deposit it into the net. Centering feed by McNulty was off of one of the stick blades of MassConn, and Venuto picks it up as they have to regroup at center. Mazzaferro lifts the stick of Venuto, but not a hook. Sent in by Camarada. If she knocked it down, Rizzo was all alone. Rizzo's still alone in the middle, and Fleming eventually gets there. Camarada now at the end of her shift, and Otterbein and Rizzo are there. She'll be jumping to the bench in a moment, and Bellin will come on. That's what happens behind the play as it's an icing. 43.8 seconds left in the period. It's 3-1 Bandits, and they will have an offensive zone draw. Otterbein on the dot, Bellin in the slot, Rizzo on the far wing. Both wings on this line have had some good chances. Bellin sent one just wide. Rizzo's had 3 good shots. Rizzo negotiates it over to Kepler. Shoemaker-Gromick retreats smartly as Kepler's dump was not finding its mark. Sliding in was Ruth Blanchfield. Now Bellin, she's going to gain the line. Wrist shot. Nalieri slides out wide to glove it down and stop play with 24.5 seconds left. They'll do it from the right face-off dot. Now Otterbein on the dot, Rizzo in the slot. Otterbein giving directions to Bellin, who's at the near side wall. That's where she draws it, but MassConn's going to pick it up. Otterbein hounding, sent up the near side wall, idle, looking for somebody in the middle. Rizzo tried to step into that one, but it was batted out. And now with 10 seconds left, do they have enough time? Rizzo putting the pressure. Otterbein there and Bellin. Oh, they couldn't quite force the turnover. 5 seconds. Is it enough time? Otterbein's got to shoot if she gets it, and she can't. That expires the period. So all 3 lines up and down have been spot on so far for the Bandits as they will walk into period 3 with a 3-1 lead over MassConn United. If you're just joining us on RizzoVision, we're glad you are. We'd like you to join us for the other 3 games this weekend in addition to period number 3. And to do that, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and when we go live or we upload content, you'll get a notice. And this season, at some points, we have some extra cameras in the house, and on the videos that are uploaded. If time and life permits, we're able to give you some slow-mo replays or opposite angles, or sometimes a better angle of the action than we have from center ice, where it's a good perch, but there is a white netting that really, it does distort the picture. It doesn't look like it's distorting it that much, but essentially it changes it from HD to standard definition, if that means anything to you. Those channels that none of us ever go to on our televisions, if we still have televisions in our houses. But we've been able to enhance that when time permits. So go back and check out last Sunday's games against St. James, where we have a lot of reverse angles and good replays, especially the second game. And St. James will be one of the opponents again this weekend as we start period 3. 3-1 Bandits. Far side wall, Venuto picks it up. Sends it for Sperling. Sperling has room. She's outnumbered. Gets to the top of the slot and fires it as Nalieri lets it go wide. Scott centers it, but Griggs picked it up. Still loose over there as nobody can corral it, and Scott sends it down low. Griggs picks it up. She almost went coast to coast before. She made it all the way from the back of her net, beat all 5 Bandits, and then just couldn't get the puck to sit down on her stick blade for the attempt at the finish. Scott couldn't grab it there. Mazzaferro tries to send it through, but Venuto blocked it with the skates and now fires it off the boards for an icing. As we have elapsed 55 seconds of period number 3. And the Bandits in the dark jerseys holding a 3-1 lead over MassConn United. Massachusetts and Connecticut, because their home rink is right at the border. So players from Massachusetts and Connecticut, which is a pretty cool name. MassConn United. It does sound like a soccer team, as Gabby Rothstein gains the line, has Camarada on the far side. Eventually the puck comes toward Camarada. She's trying to negotiate through a few players there. Gabby Rothstein gets it, hits the ice again, and spinning around in the phone booth, Gabby Rothstein. Camarada gets through a couple, trying to turn the corner, gets down low. Fleming lost the stick. Camarada gets upended by the goalie, and they got to blow the whistle. The goalie's shaken up. When the goalie's shaken up like that, it's an automatic whistle. And Camarada was barreling in. She got pushed from behind, it looked like, into the goalie. There's not going to be a penalty anywhere. The contact on the Camarada was trying to go wide, and she got redirected at the goalie. She wasn't trying to go there. Nalieri was down. She's played the second half of the game, splitting it with Nicole Pollard. Yeah, so no penalty there. It's a little friendly fire move. And the main thing is we want Gianna Nalieri to be okay. And she gets applause. She's going to the bench, but we just never want to see a player leave the ice after an injury. But when you have 2 goalies and both are good and you're in a close game, there's no reason to risk anything with the health of our girls. And I say our because it doesn't matter which side you're on, they're all our girls. So Gianna Nalieri, hopefully she's okay after that close range contact. And Nicole Pollard back into the nets, number 30 for MassConn. They battle forward along the far wall. Centering attempt by Camarada. Tries to get it down low. Wraparound attempt by Gabby Rothstein. Drawing all kinds of traffic. Chips it up with the backhand. Falls again. I mean, she looks like set shot Buford right now with the amount of shots she's taking and falling to the ice right there. McNulty trying to turn the corner. Fleming picked it off, but Otterbein jumps in and grabs it. Otterbein has it below the end line, still with it, looking maybe to get it to the point. They close off that avenue, and McNulty picks it up. McNulty centers it, but it doesn't get through to Otterbein as Fleming knocked it down. Doherty tries to move it up, can't get it out. Camarada gets checked from behind right there. She exited the zone, no call. There haven't been a lot of penalties. It's been probably even in terms of the way that they've called it, as now Otterbein's line fully out there. Rizzo and Claus the wings. Shoemaker, Gromick, and Olivia Rothstein. Claus open in center, asking Ava, calling for the puck. Rothstein still with it. Tried to get it to the middle, but her pass is rebuffed and sent out. Olivia Rothstein negotiating a lot of room out there and retreats to the neutral zone. Curling, sends it off the boards for Rizzo, who will dump it and hope Claus can get to it first. And Elise is going to get there first. Sends it back for Otterbein, who had it for a moment. Looked like she was maybe trying to go back to Claus with it. They battle for it along the half boards. Venuto is going to step in, backhand it, to chip it back in. A long possession in the offensive zone for the most part here. It came out for a brief moment. Claus has it, turns, sends it toward the net. It's off a skate. Otterbein was looking for the redirect. Rizzo was looking for the back door. Rizzo picked it up. Oh, she didn't quite have that all the way through. Otherwise, she might have been able to walk in. Griggs picks it up, skates it around the net. Changes happening behind the play. Centering feed, gets in front, but Olivia Rothstein knocked it down with the glove. Under pressure there, Rizzo bails out. Venuto sends it off the boards. Oh, she didn't get the angle she was looking for to get scot-free, and it's an icing. Got it out of danger, but they'll get a full reset here with 12:35 left in the game. Bandits holding a 3-1 lead over MassConn. One notable name for MassConn missing, number 3. Ava Saunders, the brilliant, high-scoring, puck-carrying defenseman. Still a few weeks away. Hope to see her back on the ice as soon as possible. Maybe the next time these teams play. And Rich Saunders, one of the assistants, my old buddy. 12 minutes left in the game, 3-1 Bandits. Well, 12 minutes left as long as the score stays in favor of one team. If they tie at the end of regulation, they'll play a 3-on-3 overtime for 5 minutes, and then if it's still in a tie, they will end the game at that point. On the offsides, there is a stoppage of play and 11:45 left in the game. Thanks for joining us for the early game on RizzoVision. Gabby Rothstein won the faceoff into the offensive zone. McNulty knocked it down. Gabby picks it up. One shot, rebound, and another save. Pollard made 2 saves, the second on McNulty there, unless McNulty shot it wide. Gabby Rothstein trying to sweep it through traffic, can't quite get it through. Knocked it down with a skate. McNulty 1-on-4, gets it, sends it behind the net, and it bounds out onto the near side. Camarada trying to pick that one off. Now Gabby Rothstein's over there. And McNulty's in front, hoping a puck would get to her. Had to wait for it. Now Gabby Rothstein gets it in front. It's loose and covered up. I don't know if there was a shot there. Gabby used the left skate to soccer style it toward McNulty, but McNulty wasn't able to pull the trigger as she got tied up there. Nevertheless, they draw the offensive zone face-off. Rothstein on the dot, Camarada in the slot, McNulty on the half boards. McNulty chips it to Shoemaker Gromick off the face-off win. They can't play catch, but Rothstein picks it off in the middle, loses it, regains it. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time she's done that this year, I'd have a lot of nickels. And I'd probably go to one of those change machines at the grocery store and cash it in for an Amazon card. Shoemaker Gromick in pursuit all the way as Otterbein jumps on and guards the point, picks it off, fires one wide, gets shoved out of the way after that. Line change coming up. Camarada just gets creamed in the middle of the ice by Doherty. No call. Doherty got the hands up right in Camarada's face. Knocked her down. At worst, interference, maybe a roughing. But hey, if you can get away with it, great. That one comes out of the zone momentarily on the offside as Olivia Rothstein tried to bunt it forward. Camarada drawing a lot of contact over there. That one probably should have gotten whistled, but they let it go. Otterbein on the dot, Bellin and Rizzo the wings. Venuto at the right point, Olivia Rothstein at the left once they establish possession. They have to take it out. Venuto sends it in just a little too eagerly, and they will face it off in front of the MassConn bench on the far side. Same alignment. And we've ticked a second under 10 minutes remaining in the game. Rizzo and Bellin, they're both going for the same loose puck. And Olivia Rothstein, Rizzo hustles out to get onside there. Boy, I didn't think she had a prayer. And with alacrity, the joy of hockey sometimes can give you a little extra spring in your step. Rizzo trying to pick it off and barrel through as there's a scrum. The World Rugby Championships were going on somewhere, but not here. And there was a scrum. Keenan off the offering, hadn't been tested in a while. Venuto looking for some room, trying to get it out. Bellin changes it for Rizzo. Luisa Rizzo on the breakaway. Here she comes from the forehand, and she scores! Luisa Rizzo makes it 4-1 with 9:11 left in the game. And the Bandits extend the lead to 3 goals. There's 21 taking the celly. They were close all game, and that line, good to see them get rewarded here. And boy, these Bandits are going to be tough when they can score from all 3 lines like that. The forechecking, the scoring, the balance, the defense buttressing everything they do. They could have much more than 4. Pollard, who's played most of the game here, has really made some very good saves. And the MassConn defense has done a good job, especially on the long possessions, packing it in and sort of limiting the quality of the Bandits' scoring chances. But just a little too much firepower in the black, pink, and sparkly silver so far in this one. 8:23 to go, 4-1 Bandits. Sperling is looking to get a breakaway and maybe put in her third. Shoemaker Gromick up the far side wall, knocked down by Watkins. The only blemish to Harper Keenan so far came on a 5-on-3. At even strength, it's been all Bandits. Up the middle, Lavelle, Sperling, and she get the sticks tied up. It's still in the offensive zone. Doherty will grab that at neutral ice. Nice spin move, but can't get through Camarada. Camarada going to try to chip it forward to McNulty, and she does. Maeve McNulty up the right wing. Wrist shot, knocked down and covered up by Nicole Pollard. That's a good save by Pollard right there, because if she doesn't control the rebound and she sends it anywhere to her right, Camarada's just going to tap it in. So good job by Nicole Pollard. And she's back in there because Gianna Nalieri got shaken up earlier in the game. And Nalieri is still in the bench area, and she is still dressed and she has her helmet on. And we just hope that she's okay and that maybe the MassConn coaches are taking a little extra precaution here by keeping her out. McNulty spins it at the net. Gabby Rothstein tries to pick up a loose rebound. Had to be contested for it. Doherty trying to turn the corner. Venuto keeps her wide, using the stick now to battle, and now the skates. Doherty, tenacious number 13 in white, just won't give it up. MassConn will not quit. We've seen these enough familiar faces over the years. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard looks like. They're going to play the same way with a 4-1 lead as a 4-1 deficit as a 2-2 game. A lot of grit, well coached. MassConn United. Loose in front, swatted forward. Mazzaferro's scoring chance would have not counted right there as it was gloved forward. And Annalise Claus gets a little one for the Kangaroo Court there, falling. Move forward, Rizzo picks that one off. She's got one, sends it forward. Claus is going to send it back toward the net, loose in front. Otterbein almost picked it off. Venuto for Otterbein, spinning around and trying to move it out of the zone. And they do that for a moment. Rizzo gave Ruth Blanchfield the business there. Now Fleming picks it up, sends it in, but Venuto picks it up. Venuto off the boards on the far side, was maybe looking to spring Rizzo behind the D. Otterbein and Claus combine to force the turnover. Claus is going to walk it in, try to tee it up. Saved by Pollard, and she doesn't let it get to the back door where Rizzo was ready to pounce. They don't put one in the back of the net, but what they do is draw an offensive zone face-off and allow fresh legs to get out there. And that can be one of the ways that you win games over the course of a long season and over the course of 4 games in 2 days. Fresh legs matter. Provencher had it into the zone, but Kepler walled her off, moved it forward, was trying to chip it there for Folia. Sperling puts the pressure on. Does she force the turnover there? No, but Folia does. Folia and Sperling in, 2-on-1. Folia up the left wing, tees it up, and she scores! Julia Folia makes it 5-1 Bandits with 4:50 left in the third period. Sperling was coming down the middle, so Pollard had to respect the pass a little bit, and Folia just picked the corner and found it, the lefty sniper number 12. So as far as the win and the loss part of this game is concerned, it would take an explosion or a meltdown of epic proportions for that part to change. We never say never, because I've seen a lot watching hockey over these many, many years. But if you're the Bandits, I like your chances with 4:20 remaining and a 4-goal lead. So now it becomes a matter of continuing to play hard, play through the whistle, and show sportsmanship. A cause never to be lost on hopefully all of us, and certainly one that makes the game better for at least this guy to watch, and that's what we've seen so far between both teams. Spinning and getting around the outside was Watkins. Centering feed, battled for it in front, but protecting the house for the Bandits. They'll take the icing right there and change it up with 3:30 left in period number 3. 4-1 Bandits. Battled for along the far wall, comes to the point. Olivia Rothstein knocked it down before it gets to her netminder. Near side wall for Rizzo. Rizzo and Fleming battle for it over there. Otterbein and Olivia Rothstein wait for it to come out. It gets to the point. Peretti got a piece of it. Got it all the way through traffic, and Keenan had to sweep it aside as it got down low. Olivia Rothstein got hung up on her own, well, not her own skate. She got hung up on the loose stick there, and that's going to be a tripping penalty on MassConn, and a power play with 3:02 left in period number 3 with a 4-goal lead, 5-1. They will let this unit stay out there for the power play. Otterbein on the dot, Bellin in the slot, Rizzo on the near side wall, Olivia Rothstein at the point. Rizzo over to Rothstein, off the win by Otterbein as they spread out and try to set up. Venuto between the points, tees it up, gets it knocked down by Mazzaferro, but regained it and sends it back to Otterbein. Otterbein will take it over the end line, leave it for Rizzo and collide with Fleming, leaving a little lane for Rizzo. She was looking to get it to Bellin in front, but Bellin got a little too tied up. Rothstein fires it off of Bellin, who's just desperately trying to shovel one in. I'd like to see Bellin get one here. It comes knocked down at the top of the slot. Olivia Rothstein has it. Sends a sharp angle shot that misses everybody. Comes to the point. Mazzaferro's going to get it. And Otterbein is going to, rather that was Peretti who was looking for it. Now Mazzaferro pursues on the far side. Mazzaferro sends it at net. And paying attention was Harper Keenan. And she sent that one forward. Otterbein's going to step into the lane. She's going to try to send it low as Rizzo peels off for the shift, and 1 minute left in the power play and 2 minutes in the game. Sperling tries to pick that one off. This is Otterbein still with it. Can't get through into the zone and found a little too much traffic there as Javari stood her up. Up the near side wall, Sperling chips it off for Otterbein, who peels off. And Scott comes down the middle looking for the pass from Sperling. It doesn't connect, and we have 90 seconds left in the game. 27 of it on the power play for the Bandits, unless they cash in number 6. Venuto looking, turns to the near side for Scott, who crosses it over to Sperling, who gains the line. Sperling sends it back, but a little bit behind Folia. Folia to Scott, goes down low. Sperling now with it. The power play will expire in mere seconds here, and Venuto has it. As we tick down to the last minute of play in the game, this one going to go the Bandits' way. Venuto has traffic behind her, so she negotiates it safely out of the zone and plays catch with Olivia Rothstein, who brings it right back into the zone. Under full and even strength now for both teams. Spinning, gets the edge lost over there. Sperling tees it up, save Pollard, rebound doesn't come. And she holds on with 39.5 seconds remaining in the contest.
We love logos. We love hitting the logo. We love hitting the
Off
logo.
the face-off, Claus sends it in. Rizzo in pursuit along with Otterbein, so they get a little extra time after a quick rest. Claus down low, got it off the skate of one of the defenders in front. They still battle for it. Otterbein in front. Claus over there, ping-ponging back and forth. Otterbein trying to tie up the player with the puck. It comes to the near side wall. Sent up to the middle of the ice with 8 seconds. Venuto's going to retreat back into her own zone. Send it off the boards on the far side for Claus. Claus sends it for Rizzo. Oh boy, at the last second. If that one came about 2 seconds before, she might have had another breakaway, but that is going to do it. The final buzzer sounds, and the Bandits secure the 5-1 victory over MassConn United as they congratulate their goaltender Harper Keenan on the win. The only blemish, a 5-on-3 power play where MassConn cashed in. They erased a 1-goal deficit at the time, played it even until Venuto broke the tie. Sperling with the first in the first minute of the game. Venuto broke the tie, then Sperling again to make it 3-1. Then in the third period, Rizzo on the breakaway and Folia converting the 2-on-1 to seal the scoring. We'll be back at it from the same venue. I don't know if it'll be the same rink, but 6:40 p.m. Eastern. Set your timers for 6:40 p.m. Eastern if you want to catch us live or at times thereafter. We will be glad to have you join us. Once again, the final score from the NHL rink at Pro Skate in South Brunswick, New Jersey. The New Jersey Bandits 5, MassConn United 1. Thanks for watching New Jersey Bandits girls hockey on RizzoVision.